You and I, we never show emotions, we just keep it down, down inside. Yeah, you and I, both longing for expression for the things we like, but we stay quiet. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Oh yeah, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Just let yourself go. Let yourself be and you. We're holding back each other in the things we do. It's all so blue. Yeah, what if we could grow just like the flowers through the concrete? Just you and me. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Just let go. Ooh, just let go. Just let yourself go. Let yourself be and you. We're holding back each other in the things we do.
Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong button.
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
There we go. That's the right button. Linda, welcome. What's going on? Tammy, Paula, welcome. Dark Angel, Mike, our psychic readings. Dee Dee, Juliet, Crystal, Jeanette, Sarah, and Bitter, and San Diego. How you doing? Good to see everybody this fine Wednesday evening. I mean, the week is half over. I can smell the weekend. It is approaching quickly. I am ready for a whole lot of weekend for sure. You like this song? What is it? I'm not really sure. I have to go look. I'm not really sure without going back to that screen. Andrew, welcome. What's going on? And Tasha and Emma. We have 25 people and we just started 30 seconds ago. So it's a good day. It is a good day to be tarot reading for sure. What kind of questions would everybody have tonight? I mean, it is the middle of the week. We are approaching the weekend pretty rapidly, which is good. And I can't wait. The cloth is on its way indeed. It is going to cross a lot of water to get to your country there. Dark Angel, what is going on? Yeah. We got it. By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this cloth here is on sale on my Etsy shop. So if you like it, and I'm sure you would, because it is nice and thick, it's velvety, it's velour, it's designed to last forever. It is there and rocking. Cowboy Dan, welcome. Thank you for your donation. Boo Boo, welcome. What is up? Sheila, how are you doing as well? Cool. All right. Cowboy Dan said, question below. What kind of questions do we have for Cowboy Dan tonight? Well, when will I know the final result of my interview and why are they dragging their feet? Why are they dragging their feet? Because we need to know the results as soon as possible. And to get those results, I think we could use the Dark Mansion. I mean, we're going to warm up, start up the night with a Dark Mansion, let it roll. Let that Dark Mansion roll forward and see what it has to say about this interview. Because, I mean, it sounds like they're taking their sweet time. They are taking as long as humanly possible. I don't know why people do that. It's like, I mean, at least let me know so I can go to something different, or like, you know, what kind of organization you guys are running over there where it takes a year to figure out if you want to hire me or not. I understand the frustration for sure. All right. So when will I know this? The lover says they liked you. So that's a good news. We're coming in, warming up with a little bit of the good news. The lover says they liked you. They had a good connection. They can see you working there. So that is number one, going to be the hot part. Because, yeah, they definitely want you in there. Queen of Cups and Knight of Cups and Page of Cups. There is a lot of disorganization within this organization. It's like they're not quite prepared to do everything. They need to shuffle some paperwork. They need to get some other stuff done. They need to organize some things in the background. And there appears to be basically there's some a discoordination between one group in there and the other group in there. So the group that has the money and the group that needs to do the hiring seem to go together well, but in this particular case, they don't. The people that are spending the money, that hold the cash or holding it off, are basically, avoiding hiring anybody right now because there's just a shortage of cash. So they're basically saving up what they can. They're reallocating funds to this fund, and basically then they will have the money to go forward with that. So when will you know the final result? I think it's going to be another week. I think it is going to be another week before they actually get the cash organized. They get everything ready and everything will be fully prepared. Because again, I think that they're short on money. And I think that the people that have the money, that dedicate the money to certain allocations, are using it for something else right now. And, next in line is obviously going to be you, but problem is, it just takes a while. I say another week. I mean, it seems to be a while. Definitely not a fast thing. I don't see any big fast movement cards in there. Michelle, how are you doing tonight? It's good to see you. What is going on? Hot Girl Vic joined. What is up? Bartman is here as well. Boo Boo already joined. We got a lot of people tonight. We can do the Rubik's Cube trick tonight again, because I know a lot of people like that one, and I like doing it. As long as I don't mess it up, I think that I will be good doing it. I don't think it is going to be that bad of a trick. So in case you weren't here yesterday, I introduced a new magic trick called the random Rubik's Cube. Now, the problem with the Rubik's Cube is it takes freaking forever to solve the stupid puzzle. So I've come up with a faster way to solve the puzzle. All right, so the faster way to solve the puzzle is really going to be kind of interesting. I have to say that now. All you do is you just basically move this here. You move that here, and then you just go like that, and it solves itself very quickly. It solves itself very quickly. So you don't believe me that it's all solved, but it is indeed all solved. A lot of people are just like, I don't know. They're just like, how can it be solved that quickly? It can. It is a real Rubik's Cube. It actually functions like one. If you were here, I could, hand it out to you and whatnot. But anyway, that is the new trick. Let me know if you like it. I think that's I think that is my new favorite trick to perform on stream. And off stream too. It's a nice one. Anyway, DD, let's see. Hi, Bartman. Let's see the Marseille Tarot being created with illustrated minor arcana. It will be $100. Oh my. Yeah. Let's not buy the $100 Marseille deck. That's not really going to be something I want to engage in. Not going to be something that makes me happy and content is spending $100. So yeah, there's that. All right, DD. Oh, Sarah has a question. Thank you, Sarah, for your donation. I appreciate that. Hot Girl Vic, what is your question? Hot Girl Vic, let me know what your hot girl question is. Now, we got a yes or no question. Nice and simple one for Dee. Dee wants to know, will I pass that thing? Will I pass that thing? Well, we're going to go with a little bit of the action over here from the Waterfall Tarot, which is being reprinted, by the way. It is being reprinted, by the way. So, why the heck is it $100? I don't know. Everything seems to be jacked price. The price on everything has gone up 20%. The price on tarot decks has gone up, universally has gone up 20%. So you look at Kickstarter and everything is outrageous. By the way, if you're into board games, there is a new board game that sells for $35. A new version is out that sells for $130. It's like, wait a minute. 35 versus $130. Why did it go up $100? I mean, there is that. There is that. You prefer the money trick. I mean, that is true. Some people just love the money trick indeed. All right. Will I pass this? Yes or no? Queen of, that's interesting. Ace of Cups, Hangman, and the Lovers. The Lovers seems to be the common theme tonight, but you have a behavioral health assessment with a therapist. I think the Lover says that connection is there, that mutual respect is there, and I think that you did a lot of things right on here. I think one of the interesting things about it, though, Vasu, let me know what your question is. One of the interesting things about it, they like your approach. You just seem to have a unique approach to things. You have sort of a fresh perspective on things. And it's great to have somebody new in there that does have that fresh perspective. A lot of times you just get people with just the same thing, the same perspective, the same kind of thing. Cappy, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. But that Ace of Cups says that I do think that you get the pass. I do think things go well for that. Emma, thank you for your donation as well. But yeah, the Queen of Swords really sort of is poignant here. It says that you did well, you made an impact, you got in there and you got things done. And that is the key, getting in there and getting it done. Because a lot of times people just don't get that, just don't do it, All right, Sarah had a question. Sarah wants to know a generala for April. We will do a generala for April indeed. What kind of deck can we do for Sarah? Let's go with this one of my favorites, the Wheel. Cheryl, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. You want to quit this job. What does everybody say about it? Cheryl, thanks again. We'll get that done and check it out. All right, general reading. The 10 of Wheels, pretty good. Fool, 10 of Swords and Justice. You do have some 10s in here. When you see a lot of 10s, when we have a predominance of a particular number, we have to take notice. I think one of the things here is, it's pretty cool. We got a 10 and a 10, the 10 of Wheels and the 10 of Swords. Now, the 10 of Swords is a cutting action, a termination action. Basically, next to the Fool, it says that we did launch forward into something new. We're trying something interesting out. We're giving it our 2 cents. But the problem here is just not going to work out long term. And I think, April, you have that initiative that is going to be going forward, that is going to be sort of exciting for you, where you're like, yes, I have something new. Let me start it. Let me launch it. Let me get it going forward. Nothing big. It's just something that you need to get going forward. And I think part of the problem is you sort of just back off. You're just like, I really don't want to engage in this. Really don't want to sort of be within this. And you have the termination of a new adventure. The Fool, you're leaping off the cliff and you land in some swords. Never a good sign indeed. But it just means be careful what you start in April and be cognizant that these things may not work out, no matter how excited you are about it, because that 10 of Wheels says you see a lot of potential in particular projects in April. Just be willing to back off if you need to, basically, yeah? Justice says that you end up in a situation with some authorities in April. I think that you end up with some authority. It could be maybe a traffic ticket. It could be some legal matter that you've had going on. Or it could be somebody that has a little bit of embroilment with authorities. But yeah, there seems to be some authority interaction that you do have within April. Justice says it's going to be, not going to be too bad. You not have like the Tower or death around it or something, like the 8 of Swords indicating jail. Yeah, I don't think anything. You just have some sort of an interaction. It could be somebody else. Could be something light or anyway, but you do have that in April. But be aware that not everything that glows and shines may be good for you in April, and be ready to cut bait when you need to without sort of getting overexcited in the thing. Overcommitment. That's what I wanted to say. Overcommitment. Cappy has a question below. Santiago, thank you for your donation and your kind words. I appreciate that so much. How excited is the Aquarius about hanging out with me? Because we need some excited Aquarius action, and we're going to get that. We're going to get that with the Bumbleberry Hollow, because if I'm excited for some Bumbleberry Hollows. I mean, I'm just saying. Oh, man, there is that. There is that. You had a traffic ticket already? Oh, no. Paying 300 smacks for that thing. That hurts. That is a lot of money for a traffic. I'm going to have to say now, that is a money dump for a traffic ticket. I don't know, but the cop must have been just angry that day, must have been having a really crappy day. I don't know what happened, but wow. All right. How excited are they? That Ace of Wands, that Five of Wands. They're keeping the expectations at, kind of low. I think that they want to jack it up. I think that they do want to embrace those expectations and get excited about this. I think they see a lot of potential here. That Ace of Wands is sort of, let's jump in. Let's take it into the next level, and let's sort of be there and try to be into that reuniting thing. Because the Seven of Pentacles says we have a lot of potential right now to build something back that could be superior to what we had before. Not build back better, that's taken, but we could have the potential to work towards something that could be beneficial for both of us. And that Ace of Wands says, yeah, let's try it. Let's get that started. Seven of Pentacles says, let's get at least some sort of a level of work towards this. Five of Wands does say that they set the expectations kind of low. Are they willing to sort of get in there and try? Sure. But they're setting the expectations low because they've been disappointed in the past. You want to just sort of relax and sort of see where it goes without getting too overcommitted. But that's where the kind of the feel is here. And it's sort of reinforced by that King of Wands. King of Wands says, yes, we can do it together, but we have to be both committed about it. We have to be committed to hanging out and seeing where it goes. If we want to get to the next level, then the King of Wands says we both need to be actively involved. We need to be actively involved. There we go. Lauren, welcome. What is going on? All right, let's see what else we got going on. We have Emma. How will my career as a writer look like? Emma wants to know. All right, let's check. Or not Emma wants to know. Yeah, Emma wants to know. Let's check that out with the Super Linares Tarot. You parked on a yellow line. You parked on a yellow line and he gave you a $300 ticket? Oh, my. That is a brutal police officer, I gotta say. Okay. Man, he must have had, this person must have woke up on the wrong side of the bed and fell off into like spikes or something, but to give you a ticket like that for a yellow line. Okay, how does the career look like? 7 says, be prepared to be rejected. Don't be afraid of the rejection, right? Didn't the Harry Potter author get rejected like 7 times? So, yeah. So, if they can get rejected 7 times, you can too. So that's how it goes. And that defensiveness that you get from being a writer and coming up with something and pouring your heart out into it and working your butt off and then handing it to somebody and they reject it, that's rough. That's rough. You're thinking they're rejecting you as a person. No, they have their own little standards. They have their own little thing that they need. And if somebody doesn't satisfy that, then they're not going to accept it. So be prepared for a little bit of defensiveness there. The Knight of Swords says that you're going to be writing quite quickly and quite well, because I think this is a passion. And this passion of yours is something that you just love to create it. You love to hammer it down, get everything out, get everything on the table, and go forth with that passion. This can be a pretty big thing for you, because the Page of Swords says that sometimes you're not really sure where to go next. You have a great idea, and I don't think you get writer's block. I think that you're ready to go. You have all of these inspiring stories and tales and books from all of these other people, and you're able to sort of draw on those, not only for inspiration, but for some good ideas. And you hammer out those ideas and you put it on paper. And sometimes you just sort of get lost in the details. One of the big factors here is to keep coordinated and keep a summary, or sort of a summary of where I'm going next, what I'm doing here, where the characters are, what the characters are doing. So have a good image of each piece of the puzzle, of to where people are, what they're doing, and just write it out, from your summary. That's going to be good for you. And don't forget to take breaks. A lot of times we get passionate about something. We'll sit there practicing for hours and hours. Take some breaks. Plan the next stage. That is going to be big for you. There we go. Think that is looking good indeed. And the next person who's looking good is Cheryl, who wants the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Cheryl wants some mystical moment read, and Cheryl wants to know if I can use the mystical moments, and here it is. And want to quit this job. What do the cards say? Do the cards say to ditch that job? Do the cards say to go somewhere else? Is it time to leave? Is it time to leave? Athena, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I want to see, is it time to go? Sometimes you just got to go. You got to exit stage left and get into the next big thing. The next big thing. All right. High Priestess, 9 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, and 5 of Swords. I don't think leaving is too good right now. I think we have a little bit of an issue with leaving at the moment. It's a leaving it a little bit right now may not be too good. High Priestess is the challenging card here. High Priestess says that there is stuff to learn. There are things to take away from this experience, and it's definitely time to sort of pick those up and learn them. High Priestess is holding the Torah. Not in this particular case. High Priestess is behind the curtain. They are the man or the woman behind the curtain in this case. But yeah, there's some things to learn. There's some things that you can gather and develop from this job that will help you along in the next one. 9 of Cups says there are some good things about it. Focus on those. And it does have a lot of potential. Obviously you're not going to be there forever, but staying there now seems prudent. Now, why do we sort of say that? Well, the 5 of Pentacles says that there is some money issues if we hop out of here. So if we leap out, if we leave, it could be some problematic for money. Boo-boo, thank you for your donation. And the worst yet, the 5 of Swords says that getting another job could be challenging right now. So there is that. YouTube user, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Johnny Wallace, thank you for your donation as well. So yeah, we got a little bit of a stay.
Mwah.
Stay. Sounds like stay could be good. Santiago wants to know, what can I expect in regard of my money? Because we all need more money. What can we expect with that fat cash? The Divine Tarot will let you know. The Divine Tarot will get you the hints that you need for that cash. There's some hints in here. We need them, and Divine Tarot has them. What can I expect? What is next on the list? 6 of Cups. I think somebody's actually going to give you some money. Somebody actually has some money for you. They are going to give you some money. The 8 of Swords says as far as money goes, though, one of the big problems is outgoing money. You have a lot of expenditures. You have things that you need to be spending on, and those things pile up. and those things become sort of uncomfortable as you need to spend that more money. The Two of Wands says looking for someplace better to work, looking for a better solution to the money is going to be key here, because you do have some opportunities coming in the wings. KD, welcome. How you doing tonight? And the Ten of Wands says eventually sort of what you're doing to earn money now becomes a little bit more encumbered. And it feels like, well, that may not be good for me long term. Short term seems to be okay, but long term, maybe I need to sort of change and alter my approach to sort of, how I'm earning money currently. Sarah, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. Should I take Princess to the vet? Should I take Princess to that vet? Let's get the dog tarot, all the usual dog tarot stuff. I mean, every time we do Princess, we gotta have a dog tarot indeed. So yeah, there is that. Let's give it a shot and find out if Princess is gonna be better off at the vet or not. Well, you don't know until you get to the vet. By the way, entertainment purposes only. Never make medical decisions based upon a fat man reading cards on the internet. Okay, should I take Princess or not? Two of Earth said this is a choice you do need to make. I think the Three of Earth says that she needs somebody to work on something. Latasha, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Katie, thank you for your donation. The Ten of Sea says she does get better after going to the vet. There is that Ten of Sea, that Ten of Cups, the happy dogs, the happy family, everybody's happy. So there is a bitter situation coming after the vet goes. She does need some work of some type. We have the work. Some work needs to be done on Princess. And Temperance says that, it is a matter of choosing the right vet and finding somebody that's going to be reasonable and knows what they're doing. So yeah, you do have, I would recommend taking Princess to the vet. It seems a Princess gets better after going to the vet, and it seems a Princess may need some work. May need something that Princess is not getting. YouTube user, what does N feel about me? YouTube user, let's check that out by using this deck right here, which we haven't used in a while. It's called the Wizard's Tale. And it is nice. Renee, thank you for dropping in. Renee, what is going on? Good to see you. Renee's hanging out with us tonight. All right. Yeah, no, Midnight Meditations went live a couple minutes, or I think an hour ago on Instagram. I dropped in and said hello. You stream in the middle of the night, so I don't really drop in and say hello. I'm not up at 2 a.m. or whatever. But anyway, I do watch some of the stream recordings, so good to see you still out there rocking it. How does the N feel about me? Well, the Hermit says that they are a little bit in the lone side right now. They need a little bit of space, a little bit of aloneness. It just feels like that sometimes they need to be, some people need a little time away, or so they say, from each other, There you go. And the same thing. Midnight Meditation snuck in. What is up? But the Hermit says they need a little time alone. A little hermit time in there. I do think that they are coming around, though. They are coming around. They do still think about you. The Magician says that they're in that mastery mode where they're working at things, they're doing things. And the Magician says they are, sort of in that progress mode. They're in that progress mode, which is going to be important here. Knight of Swords says they do come around. They'd want some communication at a later date. And the Queen of Wands says they want to be in charge of it. They want to be in charge. They don't want you in charge. They want to be in charge. There's some power dynamic going on here, right? Linda, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But yeah, there is some power dynamic there. They need to be alone right now, but they will be coming around. Will be coming around eventually and checking it out. But they do occasionally think about you. You know what I mean? Sarah, thank you for your other donation. Johnny Wallace. What was it like in my previous incarnations and our lives? Johnny, let's use the Thoth. The Thoth is the best past life deck that has ever been invented, for sure. There is just nothing touches it. Nothing touches it. It is just literally like magic. It just pulls information like a champ. High Priest, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Pulls information like a champ. All right. I think that you basically were a scientist in a previous life. I think that you were a scientist is what you were like. You had that chariot motion. I think that you end up creating some interesting ideas that people really enjoy. I think you still do that. I think that you still have interesting ideas. You get these motivations where you're like, yes, I have a lot of cool stuff here. I have a lot of potential with this idea. But one of the problems here is just trying to implement them, because there's a lot of different ways to implement, and there's not enough time on this earth to implement everything. So you got to sort of prioritize that. I think you still sort of do that, right? You need to cut some of the ideas out. You need to give up, cut bait on some of these, because a lot of these just doesn't work in the long run. It's good to sort of bounce your ideas off of other people, and I think that really sort of rounds it out. But yeah, I think that you were an inventor. I think that you had a lot of innovative things back then. You had a big ass journal full of stuff, a big journal full of stuff. And I think that you could do that today. I think that actually you could sort of relive some of your past lives by getting a handwritten journal that, big 8 by 10, 8.5 by 11. YouTube user, thank you for your other donation. And just write down ideas, write down images, write down ideas. If it's an idea, write it down. I think you could go back there. And you could really sort of bring up some memories. Remo, thank you for your donation. All right. What is coming next in the love life? Sarah wants to know. Sarah wants some love. Everybody wants some love, some snuggles, some good stuff that everybody likes. The Art Nouveau Tarot will let us know about all of that stuff too, because I think the Art Nouveau Tarot, it knows. It knows what is happening. It knows what is happening. Part of the thing that you have now is I think your love life takes a really quick hit where it's like, I feel like there's not a forward motion. I feel like everything's stalled. Everything doesn't seem to be moving the way it needs to be moving. Sarah, thank you for your donation, but I think that those restrictions get broken. They get broken because what you get is this intuitive feel of go this place, go right here, go these days, and all of that. Sunshiny Day, welcome. How you doing? But your intuition kicks in, Sarah. It kicks in and it says that, hey, go here, do this. I think once you do that, you just launch forward. You literally launch forward. I think that you meet a Taurus, kind of boring Taurus, but they have this excitable, weird thing about them, and you want to jump on it. And see what is next. But yeah, I think that's what's coming up next in the love life. You have a Taurus, you have a sudden meeting, you have this weird feeling like I need to be in this particular place at this particular time, and you end up going there and you end up meeting the Taurus, and they have a lot of fun things, a lot of interesting things as well. They used to be a race car driver. I mean, they have it's one of the people that have all these weird ass stories. You're like, that is a weird ass story, but it is really cool. It is really, really cool. All right. We have somebody that donated $4.99. Let's scroll up and find out who it is because my app appears Latasha. Latasha, thank you again, Latasha. Very generous donation there. Latasha, let's see what you got going on. Maddie snuck in. Welcome, Maddie. Anything I need to know or do? Looking for advice? Well, let's get you some advice by using this one over here. I mean, we're going for the pure Ciro Marchetti. Now, I don't know what the hell's going on over there at the Ciro Marchetti store, but I saw a Legacy of the Divine Tarot cloth, and I want to give them $65 for it. So I wrote them and I said, the checkout's broken. How can I buy it? And nobody replied. What? I want to give you $65. You need to reply. Anyway, all right. Is there anything that I should know or do? Knight of Coins. Oh my, Latasha. The Knight of Coins says, focus on money. Focus on money. Right now, you have a supreme chance to get money. You have a supreme chance to get money. I think there's some things hovering around, floating around that you can take advantage of that will get you where you need to get with money. Knight of Coins, it says definitely try something here because we have a lot of coins here. We have the Knight of Coins being money comes in, money progressively gets there. You could be in a chance, you could have the chance to turn your ones into 20s. You could, that Four of Cups though, says you want to be careful because there are sort of an environment where, you could get either scammed or anything like that. So be careful. It needs to be coming from you. It needs to be sort of your incentive, your ideas and whatnot. That is going to be one of the key factors here. But that Four of Cups says some of these things, some of these potentials that you have for money may not work out. And that's okay. Let that go. Don't sort of try to force things to work. A lot of times things just don't work out. Let that be the case. Let that be an acceptable thing and go forth with the next thing. Because I think that you have a bunch of things hovering around very soon that will give you opportunities for money. Queen Emma, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. I mean, they need to reply to me. I want to give them some money. I want to dump some money on the Ciro Marchetti store. I'm just saying, will I find a dog sitter for 7 dogs? Jesus, that's a lot of dogs. Saba, welcome. How are you doing tonight? And again, we're going to go for the dog tarot. Do that doggy tarot. Do it doggy style over here for Linda and figure out, are they going to be able to get 7 dogs sitted? Because I assume you don't walk them all at once. That would be challenging indeed. That would be kind of challenging. The Chariot. Oh man, they're running loose. They're running loose. The Fire Puppy, the 9 of Earth, and the 10. Oh my, that 10. Now, we already know the 10 of Sky. We already know that 10 of Sky. Oh, it has that termination feel. It does. It has that termination feel. It feels like it's going to be extremely difficult to get all 7 of them there because it does have that being stabbed multiple times feel. It feels like the Fire Puppy. A lot of people are just like, I don't think I'm qualified for this. I mean, this could be a specialty thing where you need to go to somebody that does this. You could be driving a little extra, but like one person doing the whole thing seems kind of challenging there. It feels like that maybe I'm a neophyte. Maybe I am not qualified for that. Sunshiny Day, thank you for your generous donation. I appreciate that. And that 9 of Earth, it's going to cost a pretty penny too. It is going to cost quite a bit. It's going to cost a lot. It's going to be difficult to find anybody to agree to it. And you're going to have a lot of rejections. You are going to have a lot of rejections for that. So yeah, it is going to be one of those things. I don't know. That is quite a bit of work indeed. But let's see, who do we got next? We got Sarah, who is thinking of me romantically. Sarah wants to know. Sarah wants to know what kind of romantic things do we got going on. And for this, we'll use the Vox Tarot. Because the Vox Tarot, it is a beautiful deck with a terrible box. It just feels like if they had worked more on that box, if they had worked a little more, you know what I mean? Like reply to me when I try to buy your stuff. You got to work a little bit more. And that would be better. That would be more beneficial for sure. Who would think about me romantically? I think you got somebody younger than you, Sarah. You got a youngin'. You have a younger person thinking about you. I think that they are thinking about you indeed. They have that page of pentacles. They can, maybe there's some chance, maybe there's not. There is some hesitation sort of in the approach and whatnot. That King of Pentacles says that, they feel like if they were older, they would have a better chance. But yeah, they just feel like things are challenged. Things may not be available to them that would be available to somebody that's going to be a little bit older. Judgment says, I think that they're going to end up sort of talking to you about it, be like, hey, Sarah, what's going on? And I think that they may end up just sort of saying hello, but I don't think it's going to be just blazingly obvious that they kind of liked you or anything like that, right? Not blazingly obvious that they liked you or anything like that, but think it is going to be one of those. All right. KD, you skipped me. Katie, where are you at in the mix? Where are you at in the mix, my friend? When am I getting a job? KD, I indeed did. What's going on with my app? Skipped you. That's weird. KD, when am I getting a job? KD, thank you for your donation. I'm not sure. I think my app just took a crap. My app just crapped out. Not sure what's going on. All right. Let's see. How do you get the tours? I think it just like evacuated you from the thing. KD, I'm not sure what's going on here. When am I getting a job? All right, KD. Something's wrong with my app. KD. Mwah. When am I getting a job? All right, we'll manually type it in there. We'll manually type it in there and get it done. Sorry about that, KD. Something's wrong with my app. It not only skipped you, it's missing your chat. It's missing chat. I'm not really sure what's happening with all of that, but yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, when am I getting a job? Let's check it out, KD. Sorry about that. Man, I need to improve my coding skills because something's wrong. Yeah, KD, you're not even in there. I don't know what's going on. I mean, let me show you. So you got so you got my app, and so I click on KD, and it doesn't even show your question. Doesn't even show your question. And then I look over here, and you were here. It doesn't even show you here. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but I will try to address that. Sarah, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. So yeah, who is coming up in my, let's know, when am I getting a job? Okay, well, I clicked that. Basically, it's the wrong question on the screen, but Katie, this is your question. Anyway, because I clicked around and now it reset. The Wheel of Fortune said it's going to be a little bit KD. Going to be a little bit KD. The star says you do have a job coming. I think there is something coming up in there. But yeah, KD, you just sort of need to be patient with it. It's definitely a time to sort of either get a certification or get some additional training or something like that. But that's going to be something where you can use this opportunity, this downtime, to sort of move into the next stage or try to get into the next stage, learn something new, sort of figuring out what's that. King of Swords says you do get a communication. I think that you end up in an interview and you get a communication for that, but it's just a matter of waiting it out at this point. I think it could be either over a month almost. It feels like over a month almost, but yeah, I mean, it feels like that it's going to be a little bit KD. It's going to be a while. All right. What do we got next? Now that my program is skitsed out, we got Linda, we got who's thinking about me romantically. And now we got Cheryl. What is the prospect of this job invitation? Cheryl wants to know. Let's find out. By using a deck of cards. Let's find out by using, you know what I've been used in like for literally forever is the traditional manga tarot. Traditional manga tarot. What is the prospect of this job? Let's see. Let's see how that goes. Yeah. The Knight of Swords is very interesting in here. It says that the invitation is for something that you feel that you're not ready for. You feel like that maybe this is something I'm not quite prepared for. I'd love to be, High Priest, you are next. I'd love to be an opportunity to do this, but the Page of Cups says it feels like maybe I'm not quite 100% prepared for it. Maybe this is something that's going to be a little bit over me. Maybe this is something that I need a little more preparation for to get in there, because we have 2 pages. I mean, a lot of this is sort of, the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands, the action towards this, the movement towards this particular aspect doesn't seem like it's 100%. And that emotional investment doesn't seem that it's there as well. Ace of Swords says that, you get some encouragement from it, or it feels like you could take a chance with it, but getting in there, it feels like you're just not quite ready. Just not quite ready for this particular prospect. For that particular prospect, maybe not, maybe not indeed. High Priest Seawolf wants to know if there's somebody in my family unhappy because the new position I have in Texas. Juan, thank you for your donation. Juan, let me know what your question is. All right. By the way, if you're in the queue is massive. The queue is massive. I think we are here, and you are somewhere in here. We're trying to burn it out as quick as we can, but, that's the way it goes. It's always a busy night on the Tarot Oracle stream. I think we had one slow night. I think we had like 10 donations. That was a slow night. But other than that, it has been pretty quick. It has been pretty quick evenings. All right. Is there somebody in my family unhappy? Is there somebody unhappy with what is happening with all of this? Queen of Cups says somebody's a little too emotional for sure. They're too emotional. I think that people are emotional because of no reason at all. I mean, it feels like that they just want to be emotional. Or they just want to have a little too much invested in this, or they're a little upset about nothing. A little upset about nothing. The Queen of Cups, it is water of water. It is that emotional. It feels like somebody is too emotional. And they want you back home. They want you back home. The Four of Wands, they want a home, or they feel like you should be somewhere that you're not. And is that going to be something that is acceptable? Maybe not. But they feel like that you are somewhere that you should not be. John, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But the Four of Pentacles says that they're gonna hold their ground, though. They are holding their ground on this issue, and they're not too vocal, maybe, but they are holding their ground. They're dedicated to it, and you're just gonna have to put up with their stance. I mean, I don't think that their stance could be 100% logical or anything, but yeah, it is what it is, right? All right. Will the Rogers and Shaw merger go through? By the way, entertainment purposes only. YouTube user, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate you. All right, let's go with this and see what trouble we can get into with this. By the way, entertainment purposes only. Anything dealing with money is entertainment purposes only, because never invest in anything based upon a fat man reading cards on the internet. But that said, will that merger go through? High Priestess, the Devil, and the Seven of Coins says no. We have the merger in the mix. We are planting the seeds of success in that 7. We're putting the seeds in there. We're dumping it deep in there. We're getting ready to go with it. But then the High Priestess, secrets revealed. Natasha, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. The High Priestess, secrets revealed, and the Devil. It says no. There are factors involved here that says the merger will not go through. That secrets, the Devil, that combination is just no good at the end of the day, and that looks like it may make it challenged indeed. Indeed. Now, John had a question, and no, John didn't have a question. Who had the question? That was somebody else. It was the other John. One, otherwise known as John. All right, we got a couple of Johns. I clicked on the wrong one. All right, Couldn't you see that? Had a bit of a fight with my girlfriend. Will she try to take me back? Will that girlfriend pick it up and bring me back and carry me and carry me back home. Will they come back? King of Swords says she's willing to talk to you again. That is for sure. She knows the good stuff that you bring. She knows that you bring some good stuff. She knows you bring some good stuff. And, the King of Swords says that she's willing to talk to you again. Temperance says you need to chill out. You need to bring it down a notch. You got to bring it down a notch. Paula, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. You need to bring it down a notch. I mean, the temperance card, you need to blend well. You need to be a little more flexible, John. You got to be more flexible sometimes in love because that's the way it goes. The magician says, though, that you need to come back with a plan of action. I don't think that you want to just come back and say, I'm sorry. I think that you want to come back with a plan. Say basically, okay, we had a fight about, I like Hershey's Kisses, but you don't. So now you come back and say, look, I was wrong about the Hershey's Kisses. I like them. I don't think that they're delicious, but I like the white chocolate ones a little bit better, So in other words, you came in not just saying, I'm sorry, generic, I'm sorry, but instead you brought some facts. You brought some details with that. I think that's going to draw her back in, and that is going to be absolutely magical and something that you can sort of get there. Because the Three of Wands, the Three of Wands says she wants to plan. She wants to know that you're not just going to walk in and just be, and have this argument again or whatnot. But that plan of action that you're bringing in really sort of, soothes the soul. It soothes it. It makes it a little bit better. It makes things not as bad, not as intense, because the intensity of Hershey's Kisses discussion sometimes can't be overstated. Rimmel, in my dreams decision to go lenient or not, is my dean's decision to go lenient or not. All right, you're the one that had the problem with the dean, isn't it? You had a problem with the dean. You had a meeting with the dean. I remember that one. I remember this, Rimmel. I remember because it was an unusual thing. Will they be lenient with you? No, I don't think so. No, I just don't think so. I think that it is going to be a little bit challenged there. Yeah, a little bit challenged there. The dean needs to do something. They need to take some action. They can't let it sit. They can't let it rest. And that King of Swords says they need to be powerful and in charge. They need to be powerful and in charge. They are the King of Swords. That is an authoritarian card. That is somebody that does have that flavor of power, and they want to wield it. And I think that they may want to wield it on you. I have no idea. But yeah, the dean's decision is not going to be lenient. Judgment says there is the rebirth, but the rest of it says, it's not going to be horrible, but leniency is not going to be something big on their list right now. What do you see for the relationship that I'm in? Sarah, I think we got 3 Sarahs in chat. And this particular Sarah has a new love. They are in love. They want a whole lot of lovin's. And something's wrong with my damn button. There it is. Okay. They want a whole lot of lovin's. If we engage upon lovin's from this particular person, what do we have in store? What will they bring to us? They will bring poorness. They will bring conflict. And the ace and the 9. Basically, it starts out rough. It feels like that maybe there's some potential here, but we do have to get over the rough start. You know what I mean? It's when you start your car and it just won't start in the morning, one of those. But yeah, it just says there's going to be a little bit of a rough start there. That 5 and the 5, the conflict, the poorness, it feels like things aren't getting started. It feels like you're just cranking that engine and nothing's happening. It feels like we're having problems aplenty at some point in there, but I mean, there is going to be on there. There is going to be on there. Ace of Pentacles says, if you stick with it, though, Sarah, it looks decent. It looks decent. You do have that Nine of Cups. You do have the emotional satisfaction on here. Stability-wise, maybe not. But the emotional fun, the emotional satisfaction, I think it could be pretty good. Could be pretty good. Sunshiny day, you are 3 away, my friend. I say stick with it, Sarah. Stick with it. It has potential. It's rough in the middle, but it's more of an emotional potential rather than a stability or, something along those lines. So just keep that in mind, right? Darren, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Queen Emma, anybody thinking of me love-wise? Queen needs some cats for this one, the Grimalkin Tarot. I'm just saying, a little bit of cat tarot makes everything better. Rimmel, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah, we're going long tonight. It is, how many donos we got? We got 34 donos so far. Okay. Anyone thinking of me love-wise? The sun says yes. Look at that cat. That cat says somebody is indeed thinking about you. They have you on the mind. They want to discuss things with you. They want to be there. I think that somebody does have you on their mind. Knight of Pentacles is interesting because we have the same cat. Look at it. What's the chances of this? We have the same cat in the next card. The same cat says that they are involved with somebody else right now. They're involved with somebody else right now, but they're going to be coming around. That Nine of Cups. They think that you would be better. The grass is indeed greener on the other side. The Nine of Cups says they are really sort of thinking about you. And I think eventually, once they get out of this other relationship, they will be, communicating with you a little bit. Communicating with you, sort of saying hi, hitting you up on the socials and whatnot. But I think right now they're busy with another love. Busy with another love. Saba wants to know, may I ask the Leo's current feelings about me? What is that Leo thinking? I think if I were a Leo, I would use the Anna K Tarot to have some feelings for you. I mean, the Anna K Tarot gets it done. It just lays it out on the line and gets it done. Christina is here. Welcome, Christina. What is going on? Anna K, it says this particular person's holding back a little bit. They're a little bit on the restricted side. A little bit on the restricted side. Could they leap out and just be different? Could they leap out and just be unique here and do something unique? They could. They could. The Knight says they could. The Knight says that they've thought about it. They have been trying. They have been considering it. But they're full of restrictions. They're not able to escape. They're not able to get out there and sort of express what the feelings are. They do have some feelings. The World is such a fantastic card for this. But mixed in with everything else, it looks a little challenged. It looks a little challenged indeed. But yeah, I do think that they do have some feelings, but again, them restrictions. All right, is the boss going to be okay with my response to the email? Very stressful time, feel like quitting. Is the boss going to be okay with my response? Let's find out. A simple yes, no question. Of course, this might hurt tarot would be perfect for this. Because you never know. I mean, when you're talking to that boss, you never know what you're going to get. You never know what is going to happen. What is going to happen when you write them emails to that boss? Are they going to be okay? Well now, and well now. Basically, no. It looks like that their response is going to be a little bit challenged. You know what I mean? Cheryl, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. This looks a little challenged indeed. What we got going on here is the Five of Pentacles. The overall response is just sort of initially negative. It's initially negative. And that Hierophant says they take it wrong. They take it wrong. They start nitpicking words out of there. They're like, well, this word here, they said this, and this word here, they said that. It feels like it's a little bit of a nitpick on how exactly it's been worded. That Hierophant, right? And that Nine of Swords. These two combined said you have a boss that's a little concerned. You have a boss that's a little concerned over here. So overall, I don't think they're going to be okay overall with it. They're going to nitpick the words. They're going to sort of legalize it out of existence. I think the initial reaction was like, oh my, a little bit initial reaction. Natasha, let me know what your question is. I will find it for you. The world says you're going to be okay, though. Sunshiny day. You're going to be all right. You just got to relax. You got to relax. Word stuff, make sure you word stuff carefully and make sure you don't type when you're emotional. No typing when you're emotional, word stuff carefully, but they're going to have a bit of a challenge with it. I got to say, it's not going to fly under the radar. You know what I mean? All right. Sweet Pea, what does he think about our conversation last night? Sweet Pea is back to making them conversations, and Sweet Pea wants to know, what is everybody thinking about all of these damn conversations that are happening? A lot of talking going on in the background. A lot of talking. You know what I mean? We need to find out how it worked, how it went, what is going to happen with that. All right. You got the lovers. I don't think that they took it too bad. You got the moon, you got the lovers for just sort of, bookending there. Sort of bookending the entire thing. I think it's okay. I think it's all right. The lovers means we're pretty rock steady. I know what you're kind of going to say. I know what you're kind of going to do. They figured you out by now. The magician says that you are picky about some things. You do want some things handled your own way or handled differently. You understand that there are some things that you're able to get done better than other people. But, you gotta give it up sometime. You got to give it up sometime and let other people help out. You know what I mean? Because that Knight of Wands says that fiery action from that warm night. It says that things can get heated. Things can get a bit of emotional. But yeah, the moon says overall we're connected, Sweet Pea. You are connected. And that's a bottom line. You're connected. So sometimes things go this way, sometimes things go sideways, but at the end of the day, the connection is still there. The connection is still there through thick and thin, through rough times, through wild times, through hard times. Unapologetically, Sarah, how's Darren feeling about me? By the way, we are ending soon. We still have a gazillion readings, but we are ending soon after the gazillion readings. Actually running out of tarot decks. We have not used the Modern Love Tarot. The Modern Love Tarot is here. You can pick this up off Amazon. If you buy it, get it off Amazon so you don't get hosed on shipping. I'm telling you now, you get free shipping off Amazon, but if you order from their site, they charge you shipping. Okay, how is Darren feeling about me? Ace of Pentacles. They have a lot of good stuff. They got some nice things about you. Not everything is nice. The Four of Swords says that you're good in short doses. Maybe you don't want to, maybe we want to take a break from you sometimes. But yeah, that Four of Swords, we need a little break sometimes. Ace of Pentacles says that there is some possibility. There is some decent stuff within here. That Six of Wands is sort of the big key here. It's just, if we if I sort of we deal with each other in short doses, things are better. If we, if we sort of take it easy, if we relax and not really rush in, that's going to be better too. You have this relaxed feel over the entire thing. Let's take it relaxed. Let's take it easy. Let's be casual. The more casual, the better. You definitely have that casual feel throughout here. And that's one of the big parts of the read here is just how casual it is. And, don't take things too serious. Don't try to do this. Don't try to do that. Don't try to rebuild Rome. Just don't do it, all of that. Which tarot card describes my overall personality? We are going to draw one card, and we are going to draw this card right here. This card right here describes your overall personality. It is strength. YouTube user, you're patient. You know what you need. You're not confused about stuff. You know what you need. If somebody would hand it to you, you definitely would be okay with it. And you're very good at reading other people and being with other people too. You make people comfortable. You make people to where they feel like that they can speak, they can be honest with you. You know what I mean? They just feel like that you are a supporting type of person. And that's all you really need at the end of the day. You just want to be a supporting person. You know what I mean? But I mean, there is that. There is that. I think this card, strength, the courage, the strength, the patience, the ability to sort of reach through and make these big connections is one of your main factors here. Paula wants to know, John Curry did John Curry. Will we end up with A eventually? Emma wants to know, will I end up with A eventually? We're going to reach over here and go into the depths. We're going to go into the depths of the Tarot Tower and end up getting us a Forest of Enchantment. Oh man, I love this deck. This is one of my favorite decks. I gotta say, like if I just had a deck, this would, if I have a deck, if I had a deck that I had to, that I had to sort of work with for a while and just sort of focus on and really sort of zoom in on it, this would be it. Moonlight is interesting here. Moonlight says that you do have a connection with this person. You knew that. That's why you asked in the first place. You have a connection with them. There's no doubt about it. The Six of Challenges, though, man, that Six of Challenges. This is a long road. This is not like something where you can give a call and say, hey, let's be together. He said that we got this little star feel. We got this connection. This is sort of this mate thing going. I don't think that's going to work. You need to relax. You need to realize this is a long journey. That's 6. It's a long journey. It's not quick at all. It is just not that. And the Seeker of Challenges says that there is going to be some speed bumps along the way too. You figured that one out. You got to get through the speed bumps expediently, wisely. You need to be able to address things that you're not addressing. Some things you're just scared of. Some things you want to avoid the conflict. Is that going to be good? No. You need to focus. You need to focus and figure out the path around the speed bump rather than hitting every little speed bump along the way. Darren, will my love and I be reunited soon? He's dealing with legal issues. Is he in jail? Darren, is he in jail? Let us know. What is the he might be in jail deck? I'd say this might hurt tarot, but maybe not. Go with the star. Oh man, we're doing a reach tonight. We are reaching for the beach in the Shadowland Tarot. It's going to be our key for this one. Will the love and I be reunited? He is having some legal issues, which I don't know if that means they're in jail. I don't know. Let's find out. Legal issues or not, will we be together? Will we reunite in that beautiful love? where they run into each other's arms like the movies. We meet halfway in the field of bluebonnets and give each other a hug and fall down and make love in the bluebonnets and get bit by every single bug on the ground. I don't know. Four of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Moon. I think that you will be reunited. Absolutely. I think that you will be. The Moon says that there are some sort of a psychic things going on with this particular connection. I think that there, if you're willing to wait, the person has a bit of a challenge to sort of get away from and whatnot. They're very worried that you might leave, though. They are concerned that you might bail. That Three of Swords action, because, they are in jail. They are sort of concerned that you might leave. That Three of Swords says, maybe, hope they stick around and whatnot. The Four of Pentacles does say that they need that stability, though. The more stable you can make them feel, then I think the better off they're going to be emotionally, especially being in the harsh conditions and whatnot that don't have that heartbreak. You're sort of reaching out, you're encouraging them, you're letting them know it's going to be okay and all of that. But, Anyway, Death says that, you will be reunited. Things change. They get out of jail, and everything gets a little better. But Death said change is coming, and it brings about a little bit of stability. But they sort of need to know that stability is there so they don't get discouraged and whatnot. But yes, I think that you will be reunited. You will be reunited indeed. So, what else we got going on? We are rocking it tonight. We had a gazillion readings. Will my dean favor the professor's opinion? All right. We'll use the only deck of cards that you can buy from a museum. The only deck of cards you can get from a museum, the Slow Tarot. Interesting tidbit there. Interesting tidbit indeed. Anaya, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right, you're gonna make a root beer float. Yeah, see, sunflowers coming around to F keto. I'm telling you now, F keto is correct. Root beer float, that sounds pretty good. The dean favor their position. Oh man, got another 10. The dean seems like a butthole. Something's wrong with this dean. If the dean's watching, you seem like a butthole from the cards. You got the Ten of Swords. They're like, I have a decision that's already made. And no matter what anybody says, no matter what they do, I made my decision already. I'm sorry. Rimmel, I think you're in for a hard time. They already made a decision. And the Queen of Swords is Corella DeVille. They are not a nice person. They do not seem to be a nice person at all. And that Queen of Cups says it's all about emotion for them. It is about emotions. It is all about emotions for this particular person. It's like the logic just went out the window, went out the wayside. I was going to see the wayside. What the hell is the wayside anyway? What does that expression mean? What is the wayside? Chatrellis. I always have room for Chatrellis. Chatrellis, throw it in there. We got you covered. All right. Natasha is next. Natasha wants to know. I forgot my question. A couple of cards for a new person. He is a Taurus. Let's go for a couple of cards for a new person. We're using this one. We're going to use the Biddy Tarot. Check it out. Couple of cards for a new person. Throwing it down and seeing what is up. Because that Knight of Cups says, it is all about romance. It is all about passion. This particular person needs passion. They need to find that thing that they see, that they feel, that they embrace, that they look at it and they're like, damn, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is something that motivates me, because motivation for this person is all about it, Natasha. All about it. Motivation is all about it. Four of Swords says things may not get going full speed. You're going to have to relax with the full speed. Sure, Trellis, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Things are going to happen full speed. You got to relax. You got to relax, because the Two of Pentacles says you both have choices. You both have decisions to make here. And the better off that you do, the better off that you do with your decisions, the better off the future and the envelope that is covering everything here goes. All right? It goes. How long, if I quit this freaking job, do I got to wait before I can get something else? I'm telling you now, the Spacious Tarot, we're on 38 donations. We're on donation 38. So it's been a busy night. It has been a busy night. Man, I love the busy nights. Time goes by like that. How long before I can get a job if I just quit and walk out the door right now? Judgment says it's going to be a little bit. You do have some interactions that need to take place. You do have some things that need to happen before you get a job. And that is the interviews or getting started. Because a lot of things that you think may work out don't work out. They don't work out. They look great. But no, they don't work out. You got to relax with that. You got to stay. That Judgment card says you need to wait for that next opportunity to pop up, because some of these things that look promising, they smell promising, they look so nice, they look so pretty, and you chase them and they turned out to be a mirage. And then you're sort of out there alone again, trying to get it, sort of banging at the doors, trying to get in, and it is challenging. So basically, how long to find a job? I would say almost a month and a half. Rimmel, thank you for your other donation. All right, we're going with the Wildwood now. We're getting down to the meat and bones. We're getting down to the bones of the tarot selection at this point. Wildwood for a career reading for Anaya. Naya wants a career reading. Oh, let's get something quick and simple here. We got the Star and the Woodward. You got two majors. Basically, the career path that you're on works for you, Anaya. It works for you. It works okay. It's not like that you're out in the wilderness, you're lost somewhere in the woods. It doesn't, you have your path laid out for you. And I think that you know where you need to be chasing. The problem is it just feels like a lot of stuff ain't working out for you. It feels like you're doing a lot of effort. You're not getting a lot of results. And that sucks, because the more effort you put into something, the more results that you want. You have to start working smarter with this career path, with this career choice. You need to work smarter, because if you don't, you're going to be just doing a lot of work and making no mileage. You know what I mean? You're burning tanks and tanks of gasoline, and the car's going just barely around the corner. So you need to start working smarter, optimize what you're doing, optimize how you do it. If you don't, you're going to run into a situation where it just feels like you're getting burned out just due to this amount of work it takes just to drive the car around the block. You know what I mean? All right. So Trellis, did I make the right move to cut off the doctor? Oh my, you're cutting off doctors. Trellis, what is going on over there? For this one, let's use the pre-Raphaelite tarot. Let's take a break. This artist right here has a new tarot deck coming out. It'll be on the news. You need to watch the news, because David Corsi, who made this deck. I'm sorry, Juliana Costa. Yeah, Juliana Costa. David Corsi is making a new deck too, but Juliana Costa is making another deck as well. Right now, the news program for April has the best looking tarot decks coming out this year. If you miss the news program, you're missing out, because the tarot decks coming out this year that were just announced are big. They're beautiful, they're amazing, they're stunning, and you're going to want them all. And that is covered in the news program coming out Monday. Coming out Monday. No, coming out Wednesday. If you're a Patreon subscriber, coming out Monday. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, coming out Wednesday. All right. Did I make the right move to cut them off? You needed to do something, Shatrellis. You needed to do something, because the communication isn't there. The communication is having some problems. The devil is sneaking out into the details too. You feel like some things are happening that are not going to be beneficial to you. You knew it's not going to be beneficial to you. You got to make a decision. And I think that you got cornered. You got pushed into a corner and you had to make that decision. And I think the decision was a prudent one indeed, because sort of it's time to take command, Chartrellis. You got to take command. You got to take charge. And that's what you did. And that's going to be powerful for you, because they know the line. They know the line now. A lot of times you just don't kind of confused with that. Strength is important here, because you had the strength to do it. You got to hold off, be confident in your decision, right? Anaya, thank you for your donation. Anaya, I'm going to have to read you tomorrow, Anaya. I got to go. I got to eventually go, Anaya. We're going to do Rimmel and then we're going to get out of here. But Anaya, thank you for your donation. I will read that question tomorrow tomorrow at 6:30. Your strength says that you got to hold firm. You got to have that courage. You got to have that strength, because I think everything went well. I think that you took command. You took that lead, and you had to. You knew you had to. You had to. It was a good decision. Obviously, any decision that, you do have buyer's remorse for any big decision, or any decision where it feels like that, maybe I was in the wrong, but I think that you did well. All right. Last reading of the night. We do got to go. We're on, I think, like 38 donations. All right. Rimmel has a QB, which means question below. Question below. What might the decision be? Will it be okay with my program? All right. I mean, got to figure out what's happening with the decision. What will the decision be? The decision will be some sort of a suspension, or some sort of a temporary thing that you can get in there. Some sort of a temporary thing that you can get in there. Basically, you have this restriction, right? We are restricted. We're tied up. So you're not free to do whatever you want. You're not free to do whatever you want, but you are tied up. You do have some restrictions. You realize that. You know that. The Queen of Swords says that through strength, you're able to get back where you need to be. But there is that, oh, crap moment to where, Rimmel, you're like, oh, crap. I'm not happy with that decision. That decision's harsh. It does restrict me from doing what I need to do. But at the end of the day, it's not permanent. I can get around it. I mean, I can sort of, I can put up with this. I can take my licks and keep going, kind of thing. Anyway, that is it for me. Thank you so much for your 38 donations tonight. I greatly appreciate that. Oddly enough, that is not a record. The record is 43 or 42. Anyway, believe it or not. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I will